What, in your mind, what would you have loved to have seen the president do with a Bible in that moment instead? Regardless of how bizarre it might be or how in character or out of character it might be, what would you have wanted him to do in that moment?
We're quoting scriptures. The first one that popped to my head was, "Blessed are the peacemakers." One of Jesus's very first teachings, the Beatitudes. And I guess for me, the image I would have loved to have seen is, instead of dispersing a crowd of peaceful protesters, he would enact the way of Christ, in which he would come out with a towel and a basin of water to thank them and wash their feet. Or the image of the Pope with the guy with the gnarly elephant disease ravaging his body, holding him to his chest and kissing his head. That if supposedly our leaders of our country are Christians, not just the president, all these folks, where is that self-sacrificial act of humble service? Where is the softness of Christ to those who are hurting? Where is the coming out to bless those that are peacefully sharing their hurt in a way that engages them in a deeper dialect conversation than trying to just get them out of the camera shot? To me, if this is really about Christianity, it's not about holding a Bible in front of a church. Christianity is not about a cognitive belief system. It's about a way of life. And the way of life is exhibited in our actions. And so for me, I've never believed that this particular president is a Christian, because I've heard too much, I've watched too much, and I've seen too much. That if this is the way of Christ, I don't want any part of it. This isn't the Jesus I follow. And for my brothers and sisters of our faith that see this as the way of Christ, I think, as I put on my post Monday, I think Jesus just weeps and says, "Father, forgive them, for they don't understand what they do." Because the way of Christ is a way of, it is a way of love enacted by the actions that we take. The words that we say do matter, and how we speak of others and to others. And I would dare say it's time for the church, and the church isn't the buildings, it's the people, to rise up and say, this isn't our faith on display. This is apostates. This is false. This is, you want to get into revelatory terms, this is the Antichrist kind of faith that we are warned of in Scripture. And that we are called to a higher place, to be a people that really live in the way of Christ in this world. And that's my hope of what would have happened. And not just for the president. What also is deeply troubling to me is the silence of Congress. That I don't get the political game. And maybe power is that intoxicating that you just choose to turn blind eyes. But to me, if we are, I don't think we are a Christian country, but if we were, we sure are poor at showing it to the poor, to the marginalized, to the outcasts, to the widows, to the orphans. And we play the old system of, if you have power and money, you have voice in decision making. And that's clearly not Jesus's way.